What's up, YouTube? I'm pulling the engine apart for the wagon. Show you what I got going on here. Get the intake off of it, push rods out, pull the lifters out. They're all in pretty good shape. Flat tap it, I'll tell you. And this thing ran halfway decent. You know, it was quick for what it was. It's even quicker when you look at this lifter. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a nice dish to it. Real sharp edge right here. It runs real good for 7 cylinders. I'm spinning the motor over, and this thing's only popping out about this far. The other ones are about down to about probably where this mark is or so, maybe even that mark. And I'm sitting there, spin the motor over, and I notice it kind of stalls out, like right about here. I'm like, well, that's as far up as it's going to go, I guess. Huh. Well, this looks like a collapsed lifter, or not collapsed, but wiped out lifter. Sure enough. Now that's on the exhaust side. But I mean, we're getting everything in. Just didn't want to push it out, which is that's really hard on nitrous on that cylinder. I mean, in a way it's keeping it all in there, I guess, but heat wants to go out. So that thing in third gear was, I can only imagine the struggle it was going through with this thing up in the RPM band, trying to get the exhaust to flow out and all the nitrous out, and it can't. How much is that worth? I mean, that's like that's a good dish. I mean, I don't know where it went now. I just tossed it in here, but right here. I mean, that's a good amount of dish. That's losing a lot of lift. I mean, it's probably 200 inches of lift because it looks like it's about halfway from where the lifter would be up. So this is probably the mark that you can even see it's actually a little bit, a tad bit shorter. Let me put this on a level surface. Look at that. The lifter itself is shorter. This is the worn out one. See that little lip? So that's the lifter itself. That's not accounting for the dish that's here as well. So that thing's whooped. Losing a good amount of lift on the exhaust side with that lifter. Nah, it might be 5 horsepower. I'd say it's probably upwards almost 15 to 20 on that one lobe. That's crucial. That explains why I had to adjust these. And the thing is, I had to adjust, I believe it was this one that was real loose back here. This is where it came out of. And I remember adjusting this rocker. I think I adjusted this rocker. Now I haven't put all these lifters next to each other. Another one felt like it had a real slight dish to it. I mean, it could just be how my finger feels. But it also could have that slight of a dish. I usually have a decent feel for that stuff. But I'm not going to go out and say all the lifters are worn out. I mean, it is a 40, 50-year-old engine, 68. So it's bad enough that the cam's small in this as it is, let alone a wiped lifter. And that lifter's been wiped for a while because this car, I told you guys, it slowed way down. And then I got it to come back around after readjusting the valves. The car was running like crap, sounded like it had a wiped cam in it. Explains the lifter. I can't wait to pull the cam out and see the lobe itself. I mean, the lobe might be fine, but maybe the lifter took the brunt of it. But I'm curious to see what it looks like. See if it wiped that lobe out, or rounded it, or wore it out. Because if it did, then this thing, I mean, it is popping up. It's got a tiny bit of lift, but not much. That thing sucked to put in. I almost want to put it in and spin the motor over and show you guys, but trying to hold the camera, spin it, it's here laying on the floor on a dolly. So I'm ripping this thing apart right now. So doing that, the motor already wants to twist off the dolly, so it's going to be a pain. But thing ran pretty good. 1480 with on 7 cylinders, just about. I guess you could say 7.5. I just thought that was pretty neat to see. You know, it's coming apart. It's getting hydraulic roller crap in it. It would suck if I had to use that cam and put it back together, but I wouldn't, obviously. But if I was stuck where I needed it for some reason, you know, I'd have no choice. But hopefully that won't happen. But I mean, there it is, wiped out lifter. So that makes me a little excited, because that means the car probably had another tenth or two left in it, on top of what I already thought was left in it. It probably would have went, I think we went 1480. I gotta look at the slips and see what ran. 1480, I think it went. Probably could have got it into the 70s with a little bit more playing around. Real cold DA or something, you know. Real cold day and a low DA, negative, and a negative DA, probably another tenth or two in it. I think I said it would have won a 1450. And with that fix, it might have won a 30, to be honest with you. If I could get the car to 60 and stuff, some of the stuff that I thought I could get it to do, motor ran pretty good. I'm pretty impressed after seeing that. That's, who knows? Like I said, maybe it's 5 horsepower. Maybe it wasn't making that big of a difference. You know, the more we find out about camshafts and stuff lately, it's almost like as long as that exhaust valve opens, it, you know, it all rushes out that quick. So I'm doubting that it helped it, but maybe it didn't hurt it as bad as I think. But I almost think that's 20 horsepower. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you guys know. This is the first time I ever messed with this flat tappet bullcrap, other than pulling them out and throwing them in the trash, basically. I had one that I never touched it. So it was actually an Edelbrock cam in the first Fairmont I owned. I never put the cam in it, got the car that way, but I never touched the cam. But I never pulled it out until way later on, and I ended up tapping and drilling that block and putting hydraulic roller stuff in it. I think I threw the cam in the trash like an idiot. But I didn't like it at all. The thing it was just like how this is. It had a real short power band and ran out of steam real quick. So this is just at a way lower RPM band. This thing's done at like 45. which maybe with that exhaust fixed, it might have had a little bit more. But pretty cool to see. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like his stuff, like and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.